I'm here with Kess, a vice presidential candidate. Kess, do you support building of the Keystone oil pipeline? What do you foresee as America's energy future?
Okay, so I think we should wait to build the Keystone oil pipeline because right now gas is abundant in America and close to us, so it's not very pricey. But I do think we should build it just when we need it. And I foresee renewable energy as America's future because it's renewable for one thing, and eventually we're going to run out of oil, which is what we're solely dependent on right now. And while we have the oil, I think we should build things that will help us get the renewable energy resources. So like windmills and dams and water wheels and solar panels, stuff like that, so we can use that in the future.
Do you support granting legal status to illegal immigrants? What is your plan to address illegal immigration in America?
So I don't think we should have illegal immigrants coming into America, and the bad thing about it right now is we're kind of encouraging it by offering them like shelter if they come here. So what we need to do, we need to protect our borders to prevent them from coming, and we also need to educate them so that when they come legally, they can pass the citizen test.
What is the best way to offer health care to everyone in this country? Do you support the Affordable Care Act?
Yes, because it allows people to have a health care that's not ridiculously expensive or overpriced, and there's a lot of people who don't have enough money for expensive health cares. So the Affordable Care Act allows people of all social statuses with a health care that they can afford.
What is the most fair way to tax in our country?
We need to cut sales taxes, and by doing that, the income taxes will rise. And this encourages people to buy more, which will raise the production rates, and that will help our economy grow.
Okay. How do you propose we deal with our growing national debt?
Okay, so liberal and conservative sides have good and bad to them, but we need to increase revenue and cut unnecessary programs to stimulate the economy, which is, necessary. The only way we can do that is if we're able to create a compromise between liberals and conservatives, and we need to do what's good for our country and its people, but we need to be able to see and use both sides, so both liberal and conservative sides, to make a good compromise to make this all work for everybody.
What should the president do to handle the situation in Iraq and Syria and curb the ISIS threat?
We need to increase our security and make our citizens feel better because right now we're getting in too deep with the whole ISIS threat. And if ISIS becomes too powerful in Iraq and they aren't able to defeat them, ISIS could come here. And we don't want our citizens to feel threatened by that, so we need to increase our security. And we also need to help bring down ISIS over in Iraq, because if we cut them down, so it's easier for the Iraqi military to destroy them, then that could work and ISIS won't be a problem anymore. And we can do that with our air support, but I don't think we should send in ground troops because that's what Iraq is there for. We can give them some of our weapons, but not any advanced ones, because if ISIS gets a hold of them, then we're screwed.
Is the government surveillance program necessary and legal?
Okay, 10 years ago, surveillance wasn't that big of an issue because we didn't have little teeny tiny pen bombs that could make a whole airplane explode. Now we do, unfortunately, so we need to increase our security so it's safer for people to go places, and it may seem invasive, but it is legal because we have enough reasonable suspicion and probable cause to guess that one of these people could be a terrorist that might come to attack us or, terrorize us, like the Boston bombing or 9/11. So it's important that we make sure our people are safe and increase our security.